Hey everybody, welcome back to Ready Steady Play.
Good to see you.
Can you guess what we're doing?
Can you? Can you guess? I bet you can't.
Oh shit, we left the boxes out. It might be really obvious.
That's okay, they can't see the right side. What?
We've got... we're playing co-op The Edge Dawnfall Darkness stretch goals.
So for once, we're not trying to kill each other, we're trying to keep each other alive.
We'll see how well that goes.
It could go either way.
This could be... well, to be fair, we've got here the Darkness stretch goals, and these are... Now, all of the stuff is in that box, so it's very heavy, so Ollie's obviously really strong for lifting it like that. And we've got the Darkness stretch goals. So there are 3 ways to play with the Darkness. You can play... Well, there's many more, but the main ways are solo, co-op, and player versus player with one player controlling the Darkness. But then the subcategories are... You can play like solo skirmish game, you can play solo campaign, you can also play campaign co-op mode, and skirmish co-op as well. I think... You can play skirmish co-op.
Play this game.
It gives you sort of options, and it's kind of a bit like it's almost a little ambiguous in the rules. It's kind of like half everything, you know. So we decided we'd play through because there's a lot of campaigns. There's a main sort of the Darkness campaign. Then there's a campaign for the Bellcrow, which is one of the bosses. There's a campaign for the Abyssal Empress, who's another boss. There's a
Prime Shadow
campaign as well, who was a sort of a Kickstarter exclusive stretch go from the first campaign, possibly in a new campaign that may have launched or may be launching. Yeah. There may be more of the Edge Darkness on Kickstarter in the future if it's not there already when you're watching this video, or if it is the distant future from the posting of this video, then it may have already come and gone.
Yes.
We've decided that we're going to explore the Abyssal Empress campaign on co-op mode.
Da, 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 da. She is absolutely terrifying.
That's her back.
I'm rotating.
Ooh. It's a terrifying back, though.
I'm sorry. You've got claws, bones, more bones.
She's also coming out of an abyssal portal.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's like a portal, and she's like jumping out of it.
I thought that was just the sort of a skirt effect made by the souls of her victims.
It's it's a stylish portal made to look a bit like a skirt, I suppose.
She looks a little. I said she looks a little bit like Pyramid Head's girlfriend or the Angel of Death from the second Hellboy movie. It's very much the skeletal bones, and I'm coming to get you.
She definitely looks like a Guillermo del Toro creation.
Yeah.
So what we've decided to do is we decided to play as the Rozek because that was the most broken faction we found when we played against each other.
Yep.
And if you remember our versus game, my Ollie versus game.
Much as I would love to have gone with the burger, they're just extra turns are extra turns.
Mm-hmm. So, for those of you who enjoy fluff, I will now read you some. And for those of you who don't enjoy fluff, skip ahead a number of minutes. Maybe I'll put up a time code. But this is called the Abyssal Empress campaign. Now, we've already played the first scenario of 5, but you only play 4 games, because one of the games you only play if you lose horribly.
Yeah.
Or win well.
Yes.
The Abyssal Empress, Prologue. This place is mentioned only in whispers. The fortress crumbled long ago. Only the outside walls still stand, sheltering a sphere of pure black beyond the overgrown gate. Scholars and priests have long tried to discover the origins of this sphere. The grim, mysterious people who live in the vicinity repeat a tale of a lord whose sickly, lame-brained son wrote a blasphemous tome. 1 page each night, though during the day he didn't even know how to hold a quill. His father studied the tome, looking for clues that could help him understand his only child. He found something else. One day the entire household disappeared, leaving only a void that consumed everyone who touched it. In time, the place fell into ruin and was forgotten, until you came along. When did you arrive at this place? Was it for wisdom, to pry the ancient powers from the void, or maybe just to solve an age-old riddle? Doesn't matter. As you stand in front of the sphere looking into its total blackness, you can only think what might be slumbering inside. So we are obviously time traveling ninjas from the future.
Yep, so we know exactly why we're here.
Yeah, it's kind of
Time travel!
curious that we wound up in this Lovecraftian scenario with time traveling wizards from the future
That shoot lightning.
who should be fighting over crystals in space.
Although it does make the first scenario's name very apt.
So scenario 1 is called Clues from the Past. You were expecting this place to have been looted a long time ago, yet there are still some derelict items scattered around the perimeter of the sphere. Red candles peer at you from the dust. The remains of an old book sit on a stone table cut in half by the black void. The horrific nature of this place repelled visitors, preserving many valuable clues as to what happened here. You try to pick up the remnants of the book, and at this very moment a twisted hand reaches out of the void and grabs you by the wrist. You feel the touch of a slimy cold bone. You sever the hand with one quick stroke while your men grab their weapons. Shadows emerge from the void and attack. And that's the real reason why everyone left this place intact. So, we previously on Ready Steady Play, we did this scenario.
Indeed.
And we were able to collect all of the clues and get away with our lives, which was lucky actually, because it turns out that the shadows are really, really tough.
They are terrifyingly good.
Yeah, so they were kind of murdering us, and we fortunately we were able to grab the objectives and skedaddle.
Yep.
But that's because we're time-traveling ninjas who get extra turns.
Although we didn't actually use the extra turns in that one, because we were like, this is going to
we
be...
didn't actually need them.
This is going to be easy. And then one round of combat later, and we've collectively went, crap!
Wow, yeah, this is not going to be easy.
This is not going to be easy.
So,
red die and green and yellow die.
it does mean that we're coming into this scenario with a bit of a bonus because we collected all of the clues. It's called prepared. We are prepared now. So in this scenario, the Empress, the Abyssal Empress, is inactive. She's being spawned from the portal.
So
She's got her dark minions over here protecting her.
she will eventually get her endurance up, but until then she is effectively invulnerable.
So there are these two shadow crystals, and they're sort of like protecting her. Now, it does say in the rules, actually, that we're supposed to flip these over and deploy them on the shadow side, but we couldn't see a difference. So we're putting these Shadowgate tokens on them to indicate that they are dark crystal sources. And if we destroy both of these, or harvest them, then she's sort of forced out of her regenerative cycle, and we can attack her while she's still wounded. If we can't, she'll achieve full strength and then wake up, which is not ideal. Yeah. Our objective is to survive the entire darkness deck, but if we can kill her, that's an achievement, a special achievement.
Yep.
And it will mean that in the next scenario where we're fighting her in a more serious battle, she is weakened.
Yeah, so one of the benefits of winning the first scenario was we actually got to take some cards out of this deck. So this deck's made up of a very shuffled version of all four of the Darkness's units. Mm-hmm. You shuffle them all together, you draw the top 16, and then our benefit was we got to discard the top 4. Yeah. So we've only got to go through 12 cards, which is 2 turns of the Darkness, because they do 2 a turn.
So we've got 6 turns here, yes, instead of 8.
Yeah, so slightly more survivable.
Slightly more survivable. Well, we'll see about that.
It also means we've got less time to kill her, so... I mean, it might backfire, it might go quite well.
We'll have to see. But the way the co-op works is if we were playing this solo, we would have 4 units and a 25-card action deck. Now, as a co-op, we can swap, so we each get 2 units, and we can still be the same faction, or we can be 2 different factions. If you're 2 different factions, you only get 1 banner and 1 shrine from each faction, so you've got to decide who gets their shrine and who gets their banner. Yeah. Which is not as good, I don't think. But this way we've got a bit more synergy, because even though we each have an action deck of 10 cards instead of 1 25-card deck, unlike in the regular game mode, if we run out of action cards, we just reset the deck and we can keep playing. Furthermore, our cards have more synergy because they are from the same faction. Yeah. Even though they're in 2 different decks.
Yeah, and I mean, we had a quick discussion before as what kind of combinations we could do, because there is a benefit to sort of cheesing it out, but it's going to be more fun.
It's really difficult. I mean, it's difficult. I think you do have to put some thought and some planning into it. I wouldn't just
go into it blind.
Yeah, I wouldn't just sort of like be like, oh, I like a bit of this and I like a bit of that. I wouldn't feel bad for sort of trying to game it preemptively.
No, because these guys are terrifyingly good.
Yeah, and in fact, it even says in the rules a bit like make sure you're aware of what's going on and you sort of you do smart things.
It's funny as well because even though they're AI controlled, we get to make some decisions, and it's said in the rule book, don't feel bad about making these decisions because you're going to need all the help you can get.
Yeah, making the decisions to your benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And, we thought that was a bit of a talk up line, and turned out to not be.
I did not do the.
You didn't read, did you?
Yeah, I didn't read the scenario for this one.
Ah. Bad Mike.
But yeah, exactly. Everyone's
lost the page as well.
Yeah, I know. It's just so. We're professional. Nobody look. We're super professional.
That's not the right campaign.
Thanks. I knew that.
I don't think you did, because you're going the wrong way.
I'm not going the wrong way. Here we go.
Worth a shot.
So we get to go to scenario 3 because we won scenario 1. But that's just unique to this. So this is sort of like a mini campaign. In the fuller campaigns, you have a campaign map with stickers and everything. In the mini campaigns, you just sort of have these victory conditions, and your decks and your units are kind of reset at the beginning of every scenario. But in the full campaign, you kind of like have this band of troops that will get whittled away as you go through it and eventually be completely destroyed if you've not played well enough.
Yeah.
So, once the shadows are defeated, you retreat from the ruins, unwilling to tempt another attack. Fortunately, you were able to gather nearly all of the clues scattered around the void sphere. Your findings are unsettling. It seems this permanent void was conjured into existence during some ritual. Even worse, someone seems to repeat the ritual in regular intervals. You double the guards, keeping the grim and suspicious folk of this land in mind. Intuition does not fail you. Just before the break of dawn, your men are attacked by masked shapes. You defeat those and then hear chanting coming from the ruins. You approach only to find more figures circling the void sphere. No doubt you were supposed to be their offering. Seeing as that's no longer possible, some of the followers plunge daggers into their own hearts. As soon as their blood flows down the stones and reaches the void, it begins to spin faster. Within, a colossal shape with a geometric head begins to materialize.
No prizes for guessing who that's going to be.
This is such a bizarre scenario.
I find it funny that there seems to be the residents of this land are actively trying to bring on the apocalypse.
I think it's bizarre that it seems like we're in some kind of like 1950s cult pulp novel and we're time-traveling ninjas from the future.
Lightning surfboard!
Exactly, it's so... Okay, that's cool.
I'm not going to lie, if I have to go into a horror film and have to fight demons from the abyss beyond space and time, I'd like to be the future guys with the lightning guns.
Yeah, I'd like to be the space ninja who rides lightning.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be me fighting this thing.
Yeah, that'd very much be like any Lovecraftian scenario is basically, you are a normal person, you're screwed.
I just realized I need to go back to that.
Victory conditions and such?
No, the setup.
We're professionals.
So, yep, we've done
at least 3 spaces from the edge.
Place her at least 3 spaces from the edge of the map.
So that's 3?
I think probably...
On 3 or more, so that's 3 there.
At least 3 spaces from the edge of the map, so any map. Deploy the 2 dark crystal sources 1 space away from her. Place 2 shadows in base-to-base contact with each dark crystal source. So these guys are kind of the mooks of the darkness forces. They're a bit easy.
Well, comparatively
yeah,
easy.
Comparatively, yeah.
They go down very easily, but every card has a basic mode, which you can see the stats there, with some fairly easy stuff, and then they roll the yellow dice, and then they go shadow dark mode.
Yeah, so, and the thing about dark mode is that, aside from the stat line increase, which is great, it's the...
red dice.
The red die, yeah, which is just... That means that every time they roll a die, they just get the red die. Yeah. And that is...
epically scary.
Yeah, epically scary, exactly. And note that the little arrow there means that they can move
unhindered
through obstacles and units, right?
Because they're barely there. And,
all right.
We can't just kill them off because they can keep coming back.
Now we can deploy all of our squads no closer than 3 spaces from the Abyssal Empress.
Alright, so did you want to be player A or B?
I think we decided I should be B, right?
Yeah, so basically we get 2 turns before the darkness, so player A and player B. And one of the things we were talking about is when we take a passive turn, that's how we reset the
darkness cards. So their AI cards are gonna trigger and turn them into the dark side, and then we want to take a passive turn. At the end of our passive turn, all of them flip back to the basic mode.
Yeah,
and that's sort of how we mitigate their super horrifying. So why don't you deploy unit?
Yeah, so I think I'll deploy. I've got a move of 5, so I can get to everyone. But if I get to here,
so what my concern is that if you just so we need to get them away from these.
I need to kill them.
Well, so do we think it's better to just go straight in and try and kill them rather than trying to lure them away from the crystal source so we can harvest it and kill them?
Well, my thing is if I'm going first, I can move these guys and attack with them. I don't really want to activate them because then my attack bonus goes down, and they're only initiative 1, so I don't need the extra initiative. I've got the movement to go and gank one of them or the other. So that was going to be my first turn, was have these guys neuter one of them, or neuter them depending on where you deploy, because I can reach either.
Well, ideally what we want is for your second turn to be harvest.
Yes. But if
Did we choose how to deploy these guys?
Yeah. I mean,
so here's what I'm thinking. If you put 2 of them in the same space, you can move your angel in and push them both out.
Yeah.
And then if you push them away from a crystal, I could even harvest a crystal on my very first turn, couldn't I?
Well, no, because you'd still have to move to get to it. Because you can't deploy next to a crystal.
Damn it!
So the first turn is going to be about killing those guys.
Moving them away from the crystal and getting them base to base with the crystal. Yeah, ideally also killing them.
But we've got the banner, so one of us is going to... So my thinking is I can send my guys, hit 2 of them, get one of them hit with 2, and the other hits one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's hopefully 3 dead. Then the angel can push. So I then use the banner, and angel would sweep up whatever's left. And then you've got your turn to do whatever you want. So, I mean, if you wanted to take the banner turn, you can have that. And then the other thing is, my next turn will be a passive. So we need to use the banner on the first go. But that's my idea.
But we get to reset the banner when we take a passive anyway.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick timeout real quick. Okay, yeah, no, I agree. So you can put out your angel then?
So angel there. I mean, I've got a good move, but it's just going to be...
I mean, that doesn't really matter, does it?
Not in the slightest.
All right, cool. How about my ninjas then? So I've got the elite Razek ninjas here, because why not? They're super cool.
Absolutely amazing models.
They're like attack robo ninjas.
They kind of remind me a little bit of the Skitarii sculpts that 40k do. Like, it's the kind of robot cyborgy thing.
They did not exist in 3rd edition when I played.
Fair enough. Imagine, Nightmarish Cyborg Ninjas is actually one of their units, but very different sculpt image, but reminiscent of the same thing.
These are called Stormbringers, by the way, and they shoot lightning from their guns.
Yeah, it still looks like to me he's doing a Hadouken.
Yeah, it does look like a Hadouken. So the cool thing about the Stormbringers is they enter energy mode, which looks like this, and they're like, whatcha! And send energy flying out, and they can do debuffs, and they can do area of effects.
It's so cool.
One of the cool things about that is they bypass enemy defense. So that is a great way to kill the Empress without having to deal with her defense, which is like +4 and 6.
+6 on her basic mode, which she will barely be in, and then +6 on her other mode.
Which also has a red die, so
yeah, I mean
forget about it.
The only thing we've got is you've got to roll above initiative, and initiative is 4, so we need those debuffs.
All right, so where am I putting my? So I got to deploy my
so your ninja ladies. I mean, I can push these guys out and maybe kill one. If I try and gank them, I should probably get away with killing them. They're initiative 1 and no plus defense on the yellow die, so I have a good feeling of my chances.
If you're the one harvesting the crystals, you need to focus on getting your surfers in base to base with the crystals. So I should focus my ninjas on murdering these things as well.
Well, that's what I was going to send 1 of them to there and 2 of them to there, so they will be in position to do a passive turn. Because I've got movement 5, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, what you should be doing is concentrating on getting on the outside of these crystals. Because she counts as the shadow gate for this scenario, and what that means is that any enemies that are popping into existence on the map are going to be coming out of her.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll put my Robo Ninjas in position to be near her,
Yes.
and then enemies will come and attack me.
But you have no plus defense, so you've got to... I mean, the only thing we're really worried about is the imposter, because they're the same initiative value as you.
Yeah, no, I'm worried about the others too. I'm worried about all of the darkness.
Well, you've got move 4, so...
But what I'm saying is what we don't want is for you to go, kill the shadows, get next to these crystal sources.
Get ganked.
And then she just pops out a bunch of things, and then they just come and shut off the crystal sources again. Remember, we can't harvest them if they're contested.
Yes.
So what we want is to give her a nice, tempting, juicy target. Now, I can...
Hello, Source Blades.
Well, that's
Juicy
what I mean.
target.
So, if the Source Blades die achieving this goal, it's not the end of the world, right? Hopefully we can zap her to death with the Stormbringers.
Yeah. Okay. You cannot be in base-to-base with her.
No.
I'm pretty sure that's death.
What I'll do is I'll go in this space here, because then I am... and that's why I'm saying, if you put your Surfer dudes...
There and there.
Yeah, on the outside of these crystals, then they're going to prioritize me because I'm closer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Just be afraid of shooting attacks.
Because what is your Stream Surfers? They're going to prioritize me anyway because I'm lower initiative than you.
Yeah.
No, we're the same initiative.
Which means we choose.
But they would prioritize you if they can reach you and shut off the crystal source, actually. So that's going to be a problem, isn't it? Because they can definitely reach you with a movement of 3. There's no way you can touch those crystals and
only if
not be reached.
There's no way around it, dude.
Curses! The darkness. Well, I'll put them there, because then at least they can sort of react. They've got quite good movement.
They've got move 4, so you'll be able to catch them.
Oh, that's running mode. They've actually got move 2.
Oh, damn it.
I'm in running mode, yeah. I've left them on the wrong side. Damn it. Okay. Move 2. Well, I'll go like...
Thus.
Thus.
Remember, they have to be able to fit. Otherwise, we can't deploy them. And they'll go somewhere else. So you can't just shut off a huge area. Yeah? Like that?
Sure. And then I guess I'll put these people over here, because they want to come in the fight later. And if they're over here, then they can maybe attack those guys. They're shit.
They're shooting. They're not meant to.
No, they're shit unless I have their cards.
Yeah. But they're shooting. They don't want to be in combat, ever.
Alright, and then we can put our shrine out.
Yep, so debuff away.
Right, now the shrine cannot be touching anything at this stage.
You could put it there, and then if I've got a guy there, if they want to come in, they will be touching it, and they'll be at -2 initiative. And -2 attack. And minus defense, I believe.
So saying here?
Yeah, because I'm less worried about the angel. She is tanky.
Well, we can move it later, ideally moving it somewhere next to her.
And I do have cards that allow me to move it. So, alright, ready?
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
So now we draw 3.
Yep. Exciting times! Ooh. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
So I started with these, all good cards.
Started with these, all good cards.
That's okay.
So, we've got a free move or a mine. I've got an equipment, which is either +3 initiative or source double harvest. An energy cloud to reposition the shrine or move my surfers and backstab someone.
Yeah, I think that repositioning the shrine is a very good thing, so
Yes.
but we might want to use it later. So the cool thing about these cards I've got is this is the time jump, of course. You recognize this from Ollie solo play.
Oh, that brings me back.
Shadowing is very cool because it means I can activate the source blades in each Razak active turn.
Yep, and it's permanent.
In addition to my regular activation. So that's incredible because also each Razak active turn, because Ollie has a Razak active turn too.
Yeah.
So that means they could potentially activate like 3 times, which is insane.
Yeah.
And then this lightning card is the AoE effect for the Stormbringers, which is great because
That's all go.
that's the only way they can do anything meaningful with these cards.
Yeah. So, right. I'm planning on equipping this to someone.
Okay, well we only have 2 crystals.
I know, that's my thing. So, because I've going to have a passive turn coming up, are you going to need to spend crystals on anything? Did you want to spend it on time skip?
I would like to spend a crystal on time jump, yeah.
Okay, and your equipment is better than mine, so I will not. Because this is only just...
Okay, so you think I should equip this?
Probably. The
Yeah,
thing is,
the quicker I can get shadowing out, the better, really.
this is only going to be useful once. In fact, no, this isn't even going to be useful because the hope is we'll do the thing now, so I won't even have time to charge it for the first effect. It's just the quickening that it's going to be useful for, so I will save that for later.
The quickening, isn't that a Shyamalan movie?
Yes. I was going with a Highlander reference because, initiative. But, right, so I'm going to activate my surfer dudes.
Alright, so Ollie goes first because he's player 8.
And I'm not going to double activate them because that's just...
You're not going to put them on their speed mode?
They don't need it. We're already move 5, initiative 3, and I'm sending up against stuff that's 1.
But they can't push. Can they push on the other side?
Yes.
They can push.
Yes, because they're going super, super fast. But I don't need them to push. I need them to kill. Correct?
Killing is probably better.
I don't know if he's being sarcastic. So, 1, 2, 3 to get to there.
Oh, yeah, if you split them up, then they probably can't shut all of you down. But then again,
well,
the problem is that they'll just get in touch with the crystal and block it.
Yeah. So, I was going to send him there, but do you reckon I should just go for the extra attack? Or go for the kill?
Well, we need to get someone in base-to-base contact with
both.
With both crystals, yeah.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
I actually think you need to send 2 surfers over there because my ninjas can get up here and help. These guys can get here and help.
Okay.
But that guy's not going to be able to kill 2 by himself.
Alright. So, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I mean, they have so much movement.
So, yeah, so they'll... I mean, it sort of negates the angel's need to kick them out, though.
Yeah, but she can't activate this turn.
Well, a banner.
That's not what that does.
Have another active...
No, it's after you use a card, put it back in your hand.
Oh, right, so it's your card thing. I'm sorry, I didn't play Time Ninjas last time. I had them played against me. It was annoying.
You should have paid more attention while I was whipping you.
You're going to use that for your time skip then?
For time jump, yeah, I will.
Yeah. All right. Fine.
So actually, I can activate the Lady Ninjas twice as well, which will be good for making sure we just murder all the shadows.
In that sense, then, do you want me to be there instead?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make a huge difference to me.
More likely to get to there.
Sure.
I guess.
Cool.
All right, so I'll be there and there. And then I'm going to do my attack. So, can I have the thing, please?
The dice tray!
Yep, so this one, because I'm initiative 3 and they're initiative 1, I get to go first.
So who's attacking first?
This guy on that guy.
Oh, okay.
Because why not? So, was there anything else I wanted to do? I suppose I could do the free move as well, but I think that's probably best for saving.
Let's see how the combat goes. You can finish this activation first and then use the card.
So that is 3.
3 against the defense of
plus 1.
Plus 0?
Shadows
0, plus 0. Alright, so I'm rolling for the shadow.
Do not roll a 3 or 4.
I got 2!
Yay, dead.
So it's dead.
Boop. Doop.
Good job, Ollie.
Yay, and then this guy on that guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. So what have you got? Plus 2?
Yeah, so 2.
So you could still fail.
Yeah, just roll a 0.
That means I get to do a counterattack, Ollie! Yay!
I got plus 2 defense and they've got plus 1, so...
I got 2.
So they're on 2 total, and I'm on 2, so successfully defended.
So it bounces.
Yay. That was still a bit annoying. I was really hoping that was...
Never mind, we'll figure something out. We've got options. Over here.
Yep. So... Wow, I'm not liking that roll.
Oh.
Whose side are you on?
Believe me, I want us to win.
Stop doing that then. That went poorly.
That did not go well.
I really thought that was going to go a lot better.
Okay.
Okay, I'm burning this dice.
Just use that for the darkness when I attack them.
Fine.
Alright, so...
I'm going to roll a 4 now. Alright,
so I'm going to... It's my turn then, right?
yes.
Do you want to play any of your cards?
Doesn't really make much of a difference.
Okay. I'm going to activate the Source Blades.
Yep.
And I'm going to stick them into running mode. So they lose 1 attack, but then they can move 4, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go here. Actually,
So you
that's
can get
just
both
3.
of them.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll go 4 with her up to here. This one's going to go 1, 2, 3 to here.
Yep.
And this one goes 1, 2, 3, 4 in here like this.
Cool.
Alright, so here we go. Let's murder these guys.
Right, so who is attacking who first?
I will start with this lady here who's going to attack that one that she's touching.
Cool.
So that's a 4.
Is it a 4? It's a 3.
Oh, it's a 3, yeah, that's right.
1.
Ah, it's
Dead.
Goodbye, shadows. No sweat. Alright, and then this lady.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 6.
They physically can't roll that. So
Great. Let's not waste any time then. And then the last one.
roll another 3, please.
It's a 3. I need to start spending some crystals.
Ah.
Alright, this is not the end of the world, Ollie. Because now I'm going to spend a crystal to activate my time jump.
They get to hit back before you do that.
Oh yeah, she gets to... Fine, God, make me play by the rules.
Right, they've got a 1, because I rolled a 0.
4. Well, that's lucky, because I had no defense.
Yeah.
So thank God for your consistently bad die.
Yay!
Alright, now I'm going
Now
to spend
do
a
your-
crystal to use my time jump card. And this just says I can take another active player after this one.
Another active turn.
Another active turn after this one, yeah. I'll
Yep.
take another active player after this turn.
Are you replacing me with Michael? Is that why he's in the basement?
I am actually just losing. Yeah, I'm going to... Well, exactly. After those last dice rolls, I think you need to be replaced.
It's
So-
true and it hurts.
I'm going to... Then what I'll do is I will actually exhaust our banner to return that card to my hand because
Yeah.
it's so good.
And you know I'm doing a passive turn next.
Exactly. So now I can activate the Source Blades again. I'm going to swap them back to basic mode so that I can have extra attack. The thing about being on the running mode is that although I lose an attack, I gain an initiative, which is almost better.
They are going to go to initiative 2 if they activate.
Right. And actually...
And anything that comes in is going to go into dark mode. So they won't. Anything that's summoned in can't attack, but it will go into dark mode. So the only thing you've got to worry about is if it's a shadow card and they strike back, because they'll be hitting at initiative. It's your choice, mate. I would hope that at this point you can roll better than them.
Let's stick with running mode then.
All right.
So what I can do is... yeah, I don't know if it's really useful though.
Well, the thing is, if we spawn one down here, then
Huh? Well, they're gonna spawn touching the Abyssal Queen, right?
yeah,
You know, do I want to go like here and block off this crystal source? Is that what I want to do?
yeah, I guess.
Well, I can't get into face-to-face contact with that guy.
We could push me out of the way. Cause
No, I can't because the same base size. The thing is, they'll move around me anyway to block us on the crystal source, so I don't really think this serves any purpose other than to just kind of get in the way. I'll just put them there.
All right.
So then she attacks the shadow.
Yep. The lonely, lonely shadow.
Show me something good.
4 would be lovely.
It's 2.
They're dead.
He's dead.
Yay!
Excellent. Now you're taking a passive turn on your turn, right?
Yes, because that will also make them not be dark mode, and it will give us the crystals.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
hope,
those.
hopefully, provided she doesn't spew out enemies.
Well, this is the first turn.
But
so
wait. No, I'm going to spend this to equip shadowing.
All right, I thought you'd already done that.
No, so this is going to start the build-up of... Because then I get a charge token when you take a passive turn. It also means I can draw another card this turn. Can I have a charge?
Yeah, a charge now as well.
1 charge now on here.
Cool. So, well done.
1 more card for me.
Oh, yeah, I didn't
It's
spend-
another attack for
charge all
Stormbringer.
your enhancements.
Yep, that's pretty good, but this is better.
Does that affect me?
No, because it says your. If it said all Razek enhancements, I believe it would affect you.
All right. So one of the things I was going to say, because this is the first turn for the darkness, normally she would just regain one endurance, but she doesn't this time. But from
She doesn't?
next round on, and depending on what cards we draw, she'll start.
Is that what it
endurance.
said?
Yeah.
Oh god.
On the first turn, she does not get an endurance from natural, but the idea is if you don't draw 3 cards by turn 4, she's awake.
Uh-oh.
So the first card. Ooh, this is
A Void Spectre. Spawn 1 Void Spectre and restore 1 endurance token of Void Spectre. Then move, then combat if in dark mode, except for the model spawned, and then change to dark mode.
Yep. So actually that one's pretty good for us because these guys, Void Spectre, who, again, terrifying. Yeah, so the Void Spectre's going to spawn. They move too. They can't actually get to that.
Yeah, he can.
Well, no, because it's one or the other. So you can only get to one.
Yeah, he can only get to one, but that's because there's only one of him. Although we're going to have another card after this.
True. Okay. So he's spawned. We don't restore any endurance because...
I think we want him to go to that one.
Yeah?
Why? Because then he can be pushed out by the angel if necessary.
So there.
Sure.
We don't gain the dark tokens, so he moves. So he's moving 2. So 1 and 2. Full movement?
He doesn't have to. He just moves to engage the nearest enemy with lowest initiative.
Which is... I've got 3. What's your initiative?
2.
That'd be you then.
Yep.
So 1, 2.
That's still you.
That's
He'd
still
go
me.
in between you and me.
Can he get there?
Yeah, of course he can.
Okay. That is a big model.
Big scary model.
Yep. Okay, so that's his move. He's not in dark mode, so he can't do combat.
He also spawned this turn, so he can't combat.
Yep. So
then he goes into dark mode. Uh-oh.
Yeah, so it went from looking like this to looking like this.
Oh, I don't know if I can do anything about that situation.
Oh, that's. Eesh. Okay. And then plus, so for 1 exhausted dark token, attach 1 misty darkness token to the Void Spectre.
Card.
What's a misty darkness?
It says, see nightmare card for the effect. Cool, so that token might come back around later and murder us.
Yeah. Okay, so that's terrifying.
So that's not great.
No. So, there's going to be a card that may or may not actually be in this deck that can just kill
Hey,
someone.
did we take... How many cards is there in that deck?
10, 12.
12. You did do 12.
Yeah.
Okay, great. No, don't worry. I just wanted to make sure you set it up correctly.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Great, good. All right, so we'll have to see what card 11 is tomorrow on Ready City Play, because we're definitely all out of time. But we'll be back tomorrow to find out whether or not we can actually pull this off, or whether or not we're going to be murdered by Void Spectres.
The darkness.
Yeah,
the rising darkness.
Shadows are not hard. Can confirm. We've successfully managed to take out the shadows already.
Yeah, but it took 2 rounds of combat.
Well, actually, I had a bonus turn, so really it was 3 turns.
Why did you admit that? It's so easy. It only took 3 turns. All right. But yeah, let's see how it goes next time. And,
so we'll be back tomorrow to find out whether we can kill the Abyssal Empress. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you there.
See ya.
Bye-bye for now.